freezing cold, and Jupiter
and
is
Venus rising,
lining up with Venus today, which apparently only happens twice every 100 years. So if you're out there with your little telescope, that's what's going on.
Alex said it was a romantic moment, apparently. Just like to say, Gone to Pot is on tonight at 9 o'clock on ITV. Now, as party season approaches, some of us will be looking for that perfect evening dress or warm winter coat. But when shopping, should those who buy bigger-sized items pay more for plus-size clothing?
Well, we checked various high street store websites and found that several identical garments were available in both the normal and plus-size range, but at different prices. Charlotte has more.
Yes, we've got a selection of them here because we found that many stores do this. For example, Boohoo is charging £22 for this jumpsuit in their plus size and £15 in a regular size. So there you go. That's a difference of £7 on that one. And on the H&M site, we found a winter coat in both collections. It's £59.99 for the regular one, and in the plus size, it is £69.99. So that is a price difference of £10.
So joining us now, fashion advisor Lizzie Cundy and presenter Josie Gibson. And Josie, not something we would regularly mention, but you used to be larger and therefore spend...
Yeah.
In this case, you'd have to spend more on clothes. What was the largest size you had to buy at times?
When I was about 18, I was verging on a size 24. I was really, really big. And let me tell you now, when you go into a shop and you are larger, it's not a nice experience anyway. So let alone go into the till and have to be charged double the amount for your clothes. Like, Lizzie, how would you feel if you went shopping with your mate? If you've got a mate that struggles with their weight?
Yes, I do. And actually, my son is a really big boy. I mean, at the age of 10, he was in, men's size trousers. His feet were,
so you were spending more on clothes.
So why should he be punished? Why should he be punished?
It's not being punished, but the fact is, you use more material, you use more fabric. I know designers, and it takes more time.
I'm 5'11". I got size 6.5 feet. Where does it stop? I mean, if you've got a mate and she's really struggled with her weight, you've got to the till, you've both liked the same coat, and your mate has had to pay more for that coat than you. How would you think that she made her feel?
The fact is, it takes more time, more fabric, more material. That is the way. When you're a size 6, my friend is a size 6. She suffers actually from cystic fibrosis. Is it fair that she then has to pay the same as someone who's a size 20? Is that fair?
Well, hang on. The most expensive things that women buy is lingerie and shoes.
Really?
I would say.
Lingerie? I think the men should be buying that.
Here's my thing. Well, I've bought enough lingerie to know, right? It is for a large number of people.
That wink was so creepy.
He's been with Simon Cowell.
I would like to apologise for winking at my co-worker. Clearly bordering on harassment.
In connection with lingerie,
here's my point. Is that lingerie is that amount of material, right? Coats can be that much, but the lingerie sometimes costs more than the coat. So it's a nonsense argument, isn't it?
No, but it's the detail. I mean, I've worked in the fashion business, and a lot of the designers say to me, it does cost double the amount for the larger sizes. And I'm not anti, plus sizes. I've got friends that are bigger and smaller than me.
How do they justify charging more for a bra than a coat, then? Because it's tiny amount of material.
Because it's the detail and it's the work.
Oh, nonsense.
It is.
You want to be one of those shops that cater for every woman.
This is what this is. This is a fat tax. We are basically taxing people for being bigger. Why should I have to go in with my... there's more muscle tone in my case. But why should I go in and have to pay more for my coat or my suit than some little stick insect?
So is it fair for my friend...
Than Ben Shepherd,
Is it fair?
Some little weed like Ben Shepherd. Why should I be punished?
Yeah.
Why should I be given a non-weed?
Yeah, for having a
Is it fair for my friend who's a size 6 then to pay the same as a size 20? Look, you go in to get bedding, and I went the other day, and my boys have a queen-size bed. I've got king-size. It costs more. It's more material. That is fact.
But Liz, if you want to be one of those shops that cater for every woman, you've got to realise that women come in all different shapes and sizes, and that is the way we are.
If you are small, you've got to think of them.
So here's my problem with what you're saying. So what about all these stick insect catwalk models, right, who are sending completely the wrong body image message, right? They're getting rewarded for being stick insects.
But this isn't about...
If you want to be a stick insect, we're going to give you cheaper clothes. But if you are actually a more curvaceous lady of the type that I would admire more, you're going to have to pay more.
But this isn't a weight
How can that
issue.
be right?
This
Why
isn't
should
a weight
stick insects be
issue.
rewarded?
Piers, this is not a weight issue. This is where you're wrong.
It is a weight issue.
No, it's talking about using... You use more fabric
If you're
material.
7 stone, you're going to pay less than a 12-stone woman.
You're
But
genetically
if you are a
blessed.
size 20, are you using more material, yes or no?
Huh?
You'll use
What
more
about this?
material.
Emma on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm a plus-size woman. I've only put on weight since I've become ill and begun taking medication. Why should she have to pay more?
But so,
why are you punishing a sick woman?
I'm not. And if you have a medical condition, of course, have a prescription and go into the shop and say, yeah, because...
No, that is ridiculous. To take a prescription into the shops to buy
Here's my
a jacket
prescription.
is
I'm
ridiculous.
genuinely ill.
My friend who has cystic fibrosis is a size 6, and yet she is paying the same
I've worked
as
with
people that
that
are
have had knee
size
operations
20.
put on weight. I've worked with women that have just had a baby and put on weight. What are they going to do? Go into a shop?
woman here,
I'm
a woman
not-
here.
Sorry, I've just had a baby.
I'm not anti-plus
time out,
size at
time
all.
out. A woman here, Kat Parker on Twitter. I had to pay a surcharge for my wedding dress due to being size 26 at the time. Imagine making a woman pay more for her wedding dress on her special day.
Piers, it's more material. If you get curtains and you've got bigger windows, you have to pay more for the curtains.
Actually, that's not always true. Sometimes you can get smaller curtains, better quality, right? What's the difference?
On most occasions, you pay more.
You are genetically blessed. As much as I hate to say it, you're genetically blessed, so you would be saying that.
I'm not.
If you were bigger and you had to go into a shop and pay more for a
Not at
jacket,
all.
you would not.
Josie, thanks. We have to leave it there. Thanks very much indeed. How much are you spending on your underwear?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a very expensive lingerie account for my wife, and she's very grateful for it. She's very grateful for it.
That's lovely.
And
Is it expensive, though?
it's incredibly expensive. Oh my God! I mean, you buy these skimpy little knickers.
Oh, really?
And it's like they're like £500. It's like Agent Provocateur or something, or other stores of an equal quality. There are any.
M&S are not 500 quid, I can tell you that.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And you go and buy an overcoat, it's 400. Right? It's ridiculous.
That's the real discrimination.
Yes.
Between people who have got lingerie accounts for their wives and those
Anyway.
of us who just want to buy coats.
Kelly on Twitter says, yes, there should be a fat tax. I've lost 5 stone. I think that would have motivated me to lose it quicker. So some women think, you know what, punish us. But my argument remains
It's not
this.
just women, men buy plus size
Are
clothes
we
too.
going to encourage size 0 stick-insect supermodels to get reductions on their clothes over women who are perhaps they're bigger but actually look healthier? I think that's completely wrong. There should be a tax on size 0. If you're size 0, you get hammered. You have to pay double because you're sending a bad body image to the world.
I don't think we should shame anybody who is.
Why? You want to shame fat people?
I don't want to shame anybody.
You do.
I do not, Piers. I'm not anti-plus size at all.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
You want them
not.
punished,
No,
you want them
I
taxed.
am not. You
We
have
leave
not
them to
listened to my
London,
argument.
Yes. All right,
Not
ladies,
at
we have to
all.
leave it there. Everyone, I think, agrees with me, so we'll move on to...
That's the easiest way to end any argument.
Actually, most people on social media are agreeing with me. As always, I have the popular pulse.
Yeah. Except about the Christmas album. Competition time now. Here's your chance to win £45,000 on a brand new car. Here's Andy.
Good morning from Port Sawyer